Hi, everybody. Mary Ferguson Perret here, and thanks for joining us on MFP TV today and on location. And I'm here with Pearlina Dawes, and Pearlina is just an inspiring person, and we're here to talk to you about leadership today. And you know that we are talking in nursing at UHN and among the disciplines about leading from where we stand. That leadership is an activity for everybody, and that building your leadership skills over time within your work and within your team is very, very important. And also learning and growing and developing and coming to take new and different leadership roles over time as well. And so we're here to hear Pearlina's inspiring story. And I just want to begin by asking Pearlina, how long you've been working here at UHN or at PMH? When did you get started, and what were you doing then?
I started here in 1998, and I started as a casual RN on the medical radiation inpatient unit. And shortly thereafter, I became full-time, and that's where I worked the majority of my time here in UHN.
Mm-hmm. So you're on 17A and B. Are you on 17A and B as well now, and is that the same location?
Yes, it is. But while I'm on 17A, I have had the opportunity to work in various capacities. I started as a staff RN on the unit, and I would occasionally fill in as a patient flow coordinator. And I worked also as the resource nurse on the floor. And each position that I did, it exposed me to different areas and different elements as to the overall operation of the hospital, which prepared me for the role that I'm presently in, which is the manager for the medical and the radiation inpatient unit.
And you'll notice that Pearlina is calling the unit something different. It used to be referred to as the head and neck unit, didn't it?
It used to be referred to as a solid tumor.
Solid tumor,
unit.
right on,
Yes.
right on. And we did a lot of talking over time about that. And I think Judith Billman, your manager at that time, worked with you guys on making that changing from solid tumor to refer to the group of clients, right?
Yes, she did. The head and neck is a population that we do serve on that unit as well. But I've been through various management changes and I've seen the different management styles, and from which I've acquired some myself. And in regards to management, it was never an area that I thought of throughout my career pathway. Mm-hmm. But while we're working in my resource role, Judith Fullman, who is also a mentor of mine, and she was the one who approached me one day and asked me what was my career aspiration for later on in life. And I told her I aspired to be a CNS, nurse specialist. And she said, I see you in management. And I said, I have no desire to be a management. And she gave me the opportunity to shadow her for 1 month, and the rest is history.
Wow. That is fantastic. And so it really took Judith to kind of prompt you to look at the opportunity and to try it out.
Yes, she did. She, while I was with her over that 1 month period, I got to see different aspects of management. And it wasn't just about budgets, and it was also the fact that you're able to make a difference in the life of the nurses. And with me working on that unit, I knew the ins and outs of that unit. And it gave me an opportunity to realize that I can have an impact as to the quality, the service, and the productivity on the unit. And I like that aspect of it because I'm a hands-on person, and if I wasn't able to practice being a hands-on person, I would not be able to do management. So by that I mean, I make myself visible on the unit. Mm-hmm. I interact with the nurses to address their needs, and also to acknowledge what's going right, what's going wrong, and try to create a sense of urgency when anything interferes or compromises patient satisfaction or safety. And I usually address the nurses, and we plan together.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Isn't she fantastic? What a role model for others. And how did you engage in any continuing learning or coursework on the road as well?
Well, while the first time, this is my second attempt at management. The first time Judy was seconded for a year, and after I shadowed her for a month, I stepped into the role for 1 year. But UHN, I think it's led by Linda Wright. They had a management orientation program, which I attended for that 1 week. besides the shadow and the 1 week program, that was the only sort of preparation I had. But it also, I had started, and that's because of another conversation I had with Judith Philman. I enrolled in the Bachelor of Science because I was a diploma nurse from George Brown College. And I attended Ryerson for the Bachelor of Science program. I'm planning to attend next year to enroll in the master's program.
Well, congratulations. So you finished your bachelor's. You're now on.
I have 2 more courses to go.
Good.
Yes.
So as soon as you're finished, you're going to go on to the master's? Well, here, high five. Way to go. That is just great, and that will complement all of the experience and mentoring that you've had is continuing to learn and grow through your formal education and studies. That's just great. So, you know, look at you. I mean, you've come all the way from being a casual nurse, you're now a nurse manager, and you're making a difference for patients and for nurses. What would you say to your nursing colleagues here across UHN about opportunities and about learning to lead?
Well, I know taking that leap from staff nurse to management can be overwhelming and can be quite challenges, but it's how we align ourselves with the people that are around us to help us and support it, and to support us and to tap into those resources. Because I know for me, I was quite comfortable in the resource role because I was good at it. So because of that comfort, I found it difficult to abandon that role. I shouldn't say abandon the role, but to leave that role to go further. But I realized there's growth that has to be done. And in order for me to reach my full potential, then I have to. So I encourage everyone to step out of their comfort zone and get into that growth zone and take it a step further.
Well, that is a good piece of advice for us all. And thank you, Pearlina, for being such a wonderful role model for all of us and for doing such great work. And probably we should thank Judith for giving you a lot of encouragement. And thank you all for joining us today. I hope you'll find that Pearlina's story will inspire you to reach even further in your leadership. That's it for today. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.